Every elite military handler will tell you the same thing. The Belgian Malinois isn't feared because of its bite. It's feared because of the one instinct even special forces can't fully control. This instinct is so powerful that many handlers quietly admit they've never seen anything like it in another dog. It isn't about obedience, muscle, or aggression, it's about calculation. To the untrained eye, it looks like a moment of stillness. But to those who know the breed, that stillness is the most dangerous sign of all. This is the split second where the Malinois stops following orders and starts relying on something deeper. It's instinct mixed with intelligence, sharpened through generations of selective breeding. Special forces call this anticipatory activation. It's when the Malinois detects danger before anyone else in the room feels it. Even in darkness, chaos, or combat noise, the dog's mind stays locked onto micro-movements humans never notice. A twitch of a hand, a shift in breath, a change in tension, nothing escapes it. Handlers say they can't teach this. They can only respect it. This instinct turns a Malinois from a trained dog into an autonomous decision maker. In the military world, that's both a blessing and a warning. What makes this so startling is how quiet it is. The dog doesn't growl, bark, or posture, it simply calculates. That calculation is what soldiers fear and trust the most. Because once the Malinois commits, it commits faster than human reaction time. A handler may be halfway through a command, and the dog is already executing. It's not defiance, it's an advanced survival algorithm running at full speed. Elite teams use this instinct in missions where hesitation could cost lives. Hostage rescues, room breaches, and anti-terror operations all depend on split-second decisions. And the Malinois excels because it doesn't wait for permission. It interprets danger and acts before fear can form. Many soldiers say the dog reacts to the future, not the present. It sees a threat forming before the threat becomes real. This ability isn't magical, it's biological. Years of evolution and selective breeding shaped a mind that processes threat cues in milliseconds. But here is the truth special forces rarely reveal publicly. This instinct cannot be entirely controlled, only guided. Handlers spend years learning to manage their own emotions because the dog mirrors even subtle internal shifts. A moment of hesitation becomes a signal. A spike of adrenaline becomes a trigger. A crack in confidence becomes a vulnerability the dog instantly reacts to. This is why Malinois handlers are some of the most psychologically trained soldiers in the world. They must be calm even when bullets fly. Because when the handler stays centered, the Malinois becomes unstoppable. The dog moves like an extension of the handler's will. But when the handler's mind fractures even slightly, the Malinois takes over. And once that instinct activates fully, it leads the entire operation. Soldiers have a phrase for this moment: the dog goes ahead of the fear. It steps into danger before anyone else does. Some operators say the Malinois doesn't chase threats, it absorbs them. It locks onto danger like a compass that refuses to turn away. What makes this instinct even more extraordinary is its emotional depth. The Malinois doesn't just read the environment, it reads human intention. It senses a person's heartbeat, breathing rhythm, and emotional vibration through subtle cues. Many handlers say the dog can detect hostility before a person physically acts. This makes the Malinois invaluable in high-risk, close-quarters missions. It identifies the one person in a crowded room who poses danger even when no weapon is visible. But this is also why unprepared owners struggle. You cannot hide your emotions from a dog that reads your soul through your skin. The instinct that special forces fear is the one that activates when the situation reaches a breaking point. It's the moment the Malinois shifts into what soldiers call combat mind. In this state, the dog moves with absolute clarity. Every sense, muscle, and nerve aligns toward a single purpose: neutralize the threat. Unlike humans, the Malinois doesn't freeze under pressure. Stress actually sharpens its focus. Explosions, shouting, darkness, and chaos don't destabilize the dog. They strengthen its concentration. This is why the Malinois performs better in real combat than in training simulations. The more intense the environment, the more accurate the dog becomes. Handlers say it's like watching instinct and intelligence merge into one. The Malinois doesn't look scared, it looks awakened. Once the instinct reaches full activation, the dog won't retreat. It doesn't second-guess itself. It commits with a certainty that even elite soldiers respect. There is no doubt, no hesitation, no pause. This unwavering commitment is what special forces rely on. But it's also the reason they handle the Malinois with deep caution. Because a dog that acts with perfect certainty can overwhelm an inexperienced handler. The instinct takes over, and the handler becomes the one following. That's why veterans often tell rookies, you don't need a Malinois, you stay out of its way. It's not disrespectful, it's reality. This instinct makes the Malinois deadly precise in the field. But in civilian homes, it becomes a challenge. The dog reacts to tension in the household long before humans feel it. Arguments, stress, fear, or anxiety activate the dog's protective instincts instantly. A Malinois living with an unstable environment becomes hypervigilant. It begins scanning constantly. Some owners mistake this for restlessness. In truth, the dog is protecting everyone from threats only it can detect. This is why special forces say the Malinois isn't a pet, it's a mission partner. Every part of its mind is built for responsibility. But there is another layer to this instinct. It's not only about danger, it's about loyalty. The Malinois bonds to one person with an intensity most breeds cannot match. That bond fuels the instinct. The dog will put itself between its handler and danger without being told. It will choose sacrifice over safety. Soldiers who've served with Malinois often say the bond feels spiritual. It's not simple obedience, it's devotion. That devotion, when combined with anticipatory instinct, creates a protector beyond anything humans can engineer. Even outside the battlefield, the instinct shows up in daily life. A Malinois will position itself between its owner and strangers without being asked. It will track emotional shifts, detect lies in body language, and read tension before humans notice it exists. It becomes the silent guardian of the household. This is the secret soldiers rarely reveal. The Malinois isn't feared because of its bite strength or speed. It's feared because it thinks at a level most people don't expect from a dog. It operates at the edge where instinct becomes strategy, where emotion becomes intelligence, and where loyalty becomes a weapon sharper than any blade. This is what makes the Malinois the most respected working dog in the world. Special forces don't fear the dog itself. They fear the moment the instinct takes over and the dog becomes something beyond training. In the shadows, it waits with unwavering focus, sensing the tremors of impending peril in the air. In its presence, the feeling of safety envelops the vulnerable, a silent guardian ensuring that threats never evolve into chaos. The warmth of its spirit radiates, a promise that as long as it exists, hope remains. The protector stands vigilant against the darkness, ready to intervene as needed. Fear has a way of creeping in, but the training sharpens the edge, crafting warriors who know that speed is their greatest ally in the face of danger. A mind that adapts. In a world where hesitation can lead to peril, these warriors embody the principle of initiative. They prepare tirelessly, honing their instincts, ensuring that they not only confront fear but also transcend it, emerging stronger and more resolute against any threat that looms ahead. This is why the Belgian Malinois stands alone. Not because of strength or speed, but because of the instinct that soldiers trust with their lives, and fear more than they will ever admit.